Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Hope you're having a good time. It's Conor back in the Carpool with a couple of wee bits and pieces to talk about. So I'm going to get stuck into all that because we've got a lot to talk about today, and I do hope you enjoy. But before we get stuck into any of the juicy news that we've got today, I need you guys to go down below, hit the subscribe button, click the like button, hit the share button, comment. You can send you, give us your opinion, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, anything you want to change, all that jazz. Also, don't forget, down below you can also become a Bhoycie Bus member for the low fee of $1.99 a month. Totally optional, just something if you want to do that. There is wee benefits here and there, like the competition that we're going to be drawing today. So that'll be done later on in the video. And don't forget, you can go to piesports.com and use the code BUS1888 if you want to get 12.5% off of your order of pies and pastries. So, shall we get stuck into it? He's back. The prodigal son returns. Kieran Tierney is back and returns to paradise, signing on a 5-year deal. It is, no surprise to anybody that was coming back, but all knew for months. It was basically announced back in January. We knew about this already. His deal was coming to an end. He was going to come back to Celtic. We knew all this. We had offers for other places. Other clubs in the Premier League were wanting him. Teams, maybe in Italy, things like that. He said no. He's come back to Celtic, back to where he belongs, back to his boyhood club, all that kind of jazz. And I am so happy that he's back. I fucking love that man so much. And when he left, it absolutely crushed me. And the fact that it's came full circle and he's now came back when Celtic are in, an unquantifiable place of dominance, and hopefully going into that, next era. I think it's a match made in heaven for Kieran Tierney to be coming back. Um, it's so crazy. Like, if you told me we were to get, a Premier League left back from Arsenal, or say get Arsenal's best left back for free in the summer of the season, if it wasn't Kieran Tierney, I'd be like, you're talking absolute nonsense, mate. But the fact that he's coming back is just absolutely tremendous. People had their qualms about his injury record, about is he going to have enough game time? Maybe more of them. But obviously, he's been playing a lot for Arsenal recently. He's been playing for the Scotland national team, so he's coming in fit and ready. I know we picked up a wee bit of a knock the other night for the Scotland national team. That's nothing to be concerned about. It's just, a wee niggle thing. These things happen. He's totally fine, nothing to worry about. And I'm just so happy he's back. I do feel bad for him though for that announcement video. Something to wear those fucking horrible Celtic sambas that the club are obviously just trying to promote and trying to pump it there and get as much as uh, eyes on them as possible. So look, KT's wearing them. He's a trendy hip guy. Celtic Dash going spend 90 quid on a pair of sambas with the Celtic shirt for us, please. But yeah, poor Kieran having to wear those fucking horrible things. But yeah, I think said he's buzzing to be back. He says he came. He's a different type of player. He's more mature. Um, I think we have to have obviously fair eyes on the actual impact that Kieran Tierney is going to have on the squad, and I think it's going to be nothing but a positive for me. I think that he is one of these players who come along once in a generation. Like we said, generational talent. Generational talent. He was at his pomp when he was at Celtic. He was one of the best left backs in the UK. 1,000,000%. You could argue he's maybe not that now, but I'd say he still was the best left back at Arsenal. He was better than fucking, who was it? No, Shevchenko. What's his name? The Ukrainian that cries all the time. I forget his name. He was better than him. He was better than Tomiyasu as well. At that position, like it was miles better than him. He just couldn't get that consistency due to his injury issues. Even the Arsenal fans have said it. The Arsenal fans are gutted that he's gone. They loved him. They loved him. When he first went there, they were convinced he was going to be the next captain of Arsenal. But he's obviously Arteta didn't fancy him. He had injuries and blah blah blah. As the story goes, but we're not really giving a fuck about Arsenal right now. He's back. He's back. He's back home. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I'm just so happy that he's back. I think we are going to absolutely just fucking thrive now in that left hand side of the pitch now that Kieran Tierney's back. Obviously, Greg Taylor's now away. He's basically signed a deal with Pauk, he's away there for a deal. So cheers for your contributions, Greg. Good luck in your future endeavours. But KT's back, so we've massively improved that left back position. I think we now just need to get a backup for him, like maybe if a young player comes in, somebody to learn from him, absorb that knowledge, and be prepped to be, a first team, maybe possibly starting left back one day. But as far as we can say, like Kieran Tierney is going to play most of the games, like as long as he's fit. He's going to play most of the games, Champions League games, Old Firm derbies, all the rest of it. He is going to absolutely, I think, create wonderful football with his fucking passing abilities. His defensive ability as well was fucking unquestionable. He was playing at bloody centre back for Scotland for a while, and and he did not look out of place one bit. He was playing as a fucking winger for Arsenal for a while as well, and looked good doing that. There's nothing really this guy can't do. Much I'm so proud that Celtic have produced a player of such quality, and he's coming back to us, to relive the glory. I'm so proud that Celtic have managed to produce a world class player, and he's coming back to us. I think he's going to link up massively well with whoever plays on that left hand side of the pitch in the wing position, whether it's Maeda still here or whether it's Jota. If Maeda goes, it will be another left winger, because Jota, as we know, is injured for like the next 6 to 9 months. He is going to be out injured for a long time. So, but whoever is in that position, whether it's Maeda or whether it's another winger, to plug the gap, as long as Jota's out, I think they're going to absolutely thrive with having a player like Kieran Tierney there. They don't need to worry about because think about it, Maeda as well. He defensively is fucking amazing as well. Having Kieran Tierney there as your back is nobody's going to I think cut apart a left hand side of your pitch. No one's getting near it at all. They're going to have to go everything down the right hand side as well. So I'm so happy. I'm on cloud 9 now. I can see the future with this happening. I think he's going to be absolutely famous last words, but I'm going to hit the ground running. That first tackle he puts in, that first hard crunching tackle he puts in, is going to hit like fucking crack. It's going to get a celebration louder than a Champions League winning goal for me. Like when in that stadium, when I see him do that, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm so have you ever seen me smile this much in a long time? Even when we've been winning cups and winning trophies and winning leagues and that. I know it. I am just so buzzing with the fact that Kieran Tierney is back. I'm so happy. I do think the stars are aligning for him to take the armband off Callum McGregor when he does eventually hang up, hangs up his boots. Because, bear in mind, Kieran Tierney's only, 28? He's only 28, He's still got 6 years left in him, at least, playing football. And obviously, Callum McGregor's getting on, but he's in his 30s now. And obviously, he is just the natural replacement for Callum McGregor. We were all thinking it was going to be Alistair Johnston. I was thinking that up until Kieran Tierney came back. And then I'm like, right, okay. KT is the next designated person to take that armband off Callum McGregor. He's got leadership responsibilities. He's captained Celtic before for a couple of times. He's worked with some of, our best captains in our history, some of the best managers in our history. He's worked, phenomenally wherever he's went. And I'm just so happy that he's coming back to be home again. It must be such a relief for him, to be honest, to come back to where it all started and be closer to his family and be somewhere where he's comfortable. And so, it must be just such a good feeling for him as it is for us to see him coming back, being back in this environment again. The crazy topsy-turvy world of Scottish football. I mean, it's it's like no other league in the world, and I do think that him coming back is just absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy, and I look forward to seeing him in the near future pulling on that Celtic kit again and playing for the Hoops. I'm just so happy. But we now need to look on because there's another possible player incoming as well. Mark Henry dropped an article last night detailing that Celtic are set to complete the swoop for Fulham striker Callum Osmand. The 19-year-old Welshman has been monitored closely by Celtic over the last 12 months or so. Apparently, there's already a medical been booked for him as well. So this seems to be picking up steam like really, really quickly. This story just came out last night. Medical's already booked, I think, for for sometime this week, sometime next week. And he's, apparently it's fucking close to being almost like a done deal, like really. So, but the thing is, the glaring issue with this is 17 appearances, 10 goals and 4 assists, good numbers, decent return. But for the Fulham B team, for the Premier League 2 side, that's for me. I would like to be aiming higher. Not gonna lie, especially considering he's ran down his contract, and this is basically a free contract. All we're having to do is pay a 500k development fee, and that's it. Uh, I would I would have really liked to have always made like a statement signing. Put the foot down, like to say, by the way, we're not here to fuck about this season. We're not here to play. Rangers don't care that you've got your this fucking money that's, not all it's cracked up to be. Here's how you make a statement sign. Here's how you invest your money. But by the looks of it, we look to be going down the youth development kind of route, player for the future type mold, maybe. But it might not be because, as the article's revealed, Brendan Rodgers is a fan of Callum Osmand and is apparently prepping him to come in and play first choice team football at Celtic. Not B team, not first choice in the first team. Sorry, not first choice, sorry. First team football for Celtic, right off the mark. My question is he the new starting striker, or is he going to be the third choice striker behind Ida, and we're also going to go and pursue another player to be that first choice striker ahead of Adam Ida? Because, that, depending on the answer to that question, reflects entirely how I'd feel about this transfer. If it is the case that he is coming in to be the third choice striker and get experience and, make some appearances here and there and just be a bit of backup behind Adam Ida and behind some new striker, I'm very happy with this deal. I think that's a good piece of business, very good piece of business by Celtic. Very, very clever. However, if it's, the latter of the two, where he is going to be the starting striker and he's coming in at 19 years old, being the starting striker for Celtic, only playing 17 appearances last season for the Fulham B team, while still getting good, return on his goals and stuff. That's alarm bells ringing for me. If that is the case, the only reason you're saying, "Oh, Connor, can it be that?" That's surely not the case. Would you put it past the Celtic board for that to be what they're going for? No, you wouldn't. Which is exactly why I'm saying it. Do you know what I mean? That's why I am looking at this story, very skeptically. With the what is he coming in for? Once we know those details, once they are confirmed, then I will be able to form an entire opinion on this story. Until that point comes, I'm going to be skeptical, but ultimately a little bit positive about it because it's a decent deal. But obviously, depending on what happens, we'll have to wait and see. Because if it is, he's going in to be first choice, I'll be raging. I will be fucking fuming because, as I have said repeatedly the last 6 months, I am begging Celtic to sign Matthias Kvisgarten from Brøndby. And it looks like, there's a spanner in the works potentially for that possible deal. Because the deal could be up in air as Lazio and West Ham are now entering the race to sign the Danish striker. With Brøndby looking for a transfer of excess over £12 million, I'm sure. Which is a tiny, tiny fee in modern day football for a good striker with good numbers who has been banging him in for fun. We could have got him in January. We put a bid in January. Bromley were still asking for £12 million. What did Celtic do? They fucking lowballed again. They didn't even lowball by a couple of 100,000. They lowballed by £2 million. They went in with £10 million. Just try, Celtic, to meet the fucking minimum asking price at least. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know somebody's going to fucking tell me that's not how transfers work. That's not how, business works. I'm well aware of that. But this isn't just fucking try to get supplies for a small business and you're haggling with a guy down the down a market somewhere to get supplies for your business. This is football transfer. The price is there, minimum asking price, because what they want minimum. They were not going to let them go for any less than that. I can guarantee you. Celtic once again came in January when we were needing a striker. Kyogo fucked off their ends. We were left with just Adamida and Johnny Kenny coming back, and Dazamida filling that gap. What did we do? We fucking lowballed it. They were willing to let him go for 12 million. Lowballing again. I'm sick of the same cycle repeating itself over and over and over and over again. I'm sick of repeating myself about how tight this board are with money. We are the most, we're the richest we've ever been. We've literally broke our transfer record last season for Arne Engels. Do it again. We made, I think, £47.5 million alone from the Champions League. That's not accounting for the money we got from Matt O'Reilly's deal, from selling guys like Rocco Vata and Bosun Lawal and guys like that, and other players we sent out, into other parts of the world and got rid of. And season ticket money and merch and that, the coffers are overflowing with money, and they won't spend it. What did we get? We got a Jota back, fucking fair dues, love that, and Jeffrey Schlupp on a fucking a loan deal, up to the end of the season. Why? There was nothing really to get excited about besides the Jota hype. When that died down, we're like, okay, Celtic, what else you got? Can we get another striker in? Can we sign a new left back? Can we maybe get another centre back in? Celtic, Peter Law, best I can do is Jeffrey Schlupp on a 6-month, loan. What? It's annoying. It's annoying, because we all know, if we'll never be in that position. But if we were in that position, what we would do? We would just go in and fucking bang. You want 12? Here's 15. It wouldn't even affect us financially. But it's fucking still millions upon millions in that bank. Celtic in the late 90s, early 2000s used to spend a third to a half of their transfer budget on one player alone. Pretty sure Celtic's transfer budget was about 20 million, maybe just under that, in the late 90s, early 2000s. We spent about 9 million on Chris Sutton. Back then. Celtic in the year of 2025 are sniffing at paying £12 million for a fucking prolific striker in European football. With Matthias Kviskram. It's beggar's belief. It really is. It really is. It really fucks me off. To just... It's so easy. It is so easy. Other massive clubs around the world just don't act like this. They don't act... They want a player, they go and they fucking get them. You know what I mean? Granted, these clubs, Premier League clubs, Spanish clubs, Italian clubs, they have unquantifiable amounts of finances behind them. Christ, there's teams get pumped money at them by fucking oil barons and sheikhs and that. Of course they can go and spend whatever they want, but they don't always just go and buy the £80 million players. They'll sometimes go and buy one for 15, 20 million, and cool, bang, there you go, and that's peanuts to them. But they would never sign a player for £12 million because that they wouldn't even humour that. because that wouldn't even be worth their time, really, in the modern day. But Celtic are like, nah, 12 million's a bit too rich for my blood. It's just, it's so annoying. The answer is right there. And I knew as soon as Peter Lawwell came back in the scene, I fucking knew exactly this would happen. We had one good summer, one good year of brilliant transfers with Ange getting all these players from Japan, all these hidden gems, and just signing. We announced fucking 3 on New Year's Eve before the transfer window had even opened. We'd already signed them. And as soon as Peter Lawwell comes back, it's back to the old shit. Back to the old way of doing things. Low balling for fucking targets that we've been wanting for the past year, 2 years. Nah, low ball. Look what we almost, granted, you can maybe have an opinion that isn't so good, right? But we lowballed horrendously with Adam Ida. Norwich were only wanting £6 million, right? Only wanting £6 million. That's nothing money, right? What did Celtic do? They fucking lowballed again. They put him with a £3 million bid. Norwich were like, what the fuck? No. Do you want him or not? I don't want him. Here's £3 million. No, we want 6. Well, here's 3. Oh, best I can do is 4. Cool, £9 million then. Fuck. You can't get him. You're not going to pay. Cool, £9 million away. They just went and did it because Norwich eventually just took the piss and said, Celtic, you're playing us for dicks here. Like, just pay the money. And they had to do it. Just do it. Just do it, Celtic. I feel like I'm banging my head off a brick wall every time I talk about this certain subject, and it really, really annoys me and it gets me down because, going from the announcement of KT down to low balling offers for, players that you really, really want again, just it really, it's really sobering, But moving on from that, I have a wee bit of news, a little drum roll, please. I'm happy to say I can announce the winners for the sticker competition. If you are unaware, let me just find the pictures now. We have created sticker packs for the Bhoycie Bus, and we are running a competition where people who are Bhoycie Bus members can win said stickers, said sticker packs as a competition. If you're a member, if you became a member, if you've already been a member, over the past few while. So that's where we, we wanted to do something, give something back, and just say, by the way, here you go. So I can announce I'm trying to find the picture again. I don't know if I can find it. There's something up with this. Here we go. It's not there anymore. Whoops. Not got it. Oh, well, I showed you in previous, fact, I've got them here. I've got them here, right here. Yeah. Sticker packs. Got them right here. So yeah, I announced on the show previously that we'll be shipping these out, sticker packs out, to loyal members of the bus, and I'm glad to say that now the competition is done and I can announce said winners. So there are 6 winners in total. I'll just announce them right here. I've got them written down. So the winners are Scott Howe, Jim Dolan, Gary Brown, Danny O'Malley, San Fran Celtic, and Shane Fox. So, guys, congratulations. You have won the Bhoycie Bus Sticker Pack competitions. All you need to do now is get in contact with us. Either contact myself on Instagram or Twitter, or contact the Bhoycie Bus page on Twitter, or, on YouTube, and give us your details. And I will get those shipped out to you as soon as possible, as soon as those details are passed over to myself or one of the other guys that fill that, if you want to contact one of them. But yeah, congratulations, guys. Well done. We will get your Bhoycie Bus sticker packs out to you as soon as possible. So hope you enjoy. But that's the show for me today. Carpool's done and dusted. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you are as happy as I am about the fact that Kieran Tierney's back. God bless him. And let me know your thoughts and opinions on the possible Celtic transfer strategy, how you feel about the young lad, Callum Osmand coming in, and if what your thoughts and feelings on the Kvisgarten deal, possibly collapsing, any players you think we should sign, let us know down in the comments below. all that jazz. We like to be a community here on the bus, have opinions and thoughts going back and forth, not some other podcasts. They kind of just like to have everybody saying the same thing over and over again. But we like a bit of dialogue here on the bus, so keep it going, guys. So down in the comments, let us know. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, become a Bhoycie Bus member, and use code BUS1888 on piesports.com for all your tasty pastry treats. And that's the episode done for me, guys. So I'll see you on the next one, okay? Bye-bye. Still recording.